Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Revpanda live session. This is Faruk from Revpanda, the Chief Revenue Officer, and I have the pleasure to host Alex Tomic. Most of you know him as the founder of Alea and one of the pioneers of the iGaming industry. If you're in iGaming, it is impossible to miss Alex, as he's a thought leader in our industry. You go to an event, he's on the stage. You read an iGaming magazine, guess who is there? If you go to an expo, you'll find him at Alea booth as well. So in today's session, we'll explore his journey in iGaming and insights into our industry. Alex, welcome to Repanda Live, and thank you for taking the time to join us today. I know you're pretty busy with many projects going on, and I really appreciate your time for us today. For those who just have the chance to listen to us for the first time, would you please tell a bit of yourself to our viewers today?
So, first of all, thank you for having me and for such a nice presentation. My name is Alexandre Tomic. I'm the founder of Alea. Alea is a company that I founded in 2012. That first was an operator, but I've started in the iGaming industry in 2004 as a white label, also as an affiliate for a long time. And in 2012, I founded Alea in Barcelona, which was an operator first, which was operated Slots Million. In 2015, we made the first virtual reality casino with Slots Million. We had an MGA license, so we first started like everyone else with Curacao, then MGA, then like Leo Vegas back in time, Mr. Green, Vito Slots, everyone. We all wanted to have our UKGC license. We all wanted to have all the licenses, SGA license, etc. So we were a fully licensed, multi-licensed operator running our own platform, having a very singular product. Slots Million was a very, very specific casino. It had a filter. You could filter games by software providers, thematics, and different kinds of features. And also we had this 3D casino. I mean, virtual reality casino. We had 2 or 3 versions of it. We even made a VR slots with pragmatic play based on a Sugar Candy Crush theme. We were quite innovative and we did a lot of things. And then around 2018, 19, I don't remember very well anymore. No, more 2020 actually, we split the company between B2B, B2C. Charles, my ex-business partner, took over Slots Million, the B2C. I took over the B2B, which, to be honest, back in time was very, very small units in the company. Slots Million was the main thing. But that's how we decided to part ways. And Alea grew steadily but slowly during COVID 2020, 2021. And the growth really happened in 2023. So we had an exponential growth, especially with the LATAM market. We're probably today the biggest aggregator in LATAM, surely in Brazil. And we are also one of the most robust aggregator today on the market. For 2 main reasons. We've rebuilt completely the system 3 years ago. So it's a new technology, Java, based on the cloud. There's no legacy code. The second reason is because 1.5 years ago, we started doing reverse integrations with all new software providers. So we had probably already done 80, almost 100 integration, all the big ones, Evolution, Playtech, etc. Play and Go. So we learned integrations by integrating their APIs, and we did it since 2012 as a B2C with our internal aggregator, which was called Alea Play. We call it Alea Play 1. Now this is Alea Play 2. We completely rebuilt it. And we were like a Babel tower. We were speaking 100 different languages from 100 different software providers that knew more or less what they were doing, even if there was a learning curve, and some of them were more savvy, tech savvy than others. They knew what they were doing. And then when we started integrating smaller software providers, we found out that they were focusing on building great games, but they didn't really know what an API was and how important it was to build this API on a secure, reliable way, especially because since 2017, the stake coming in the market, all the cryptocurrency guys coming in the market, we had a very flourishing ecosystem of hackers coming on the market. So before they were doing DDoS attacks, credit card fraud, and now the new thing was attacking APIs. And after attacking banking APIs, which are quite secure now, you have a 3D secure, you have PCI compliance, you have a lot of things. It's very hard to hack a bank API. They are starting attacking games API, because basically with a game you can produce money, you can produce wins. When you have the wins, you just withdraw them. It's very easy. So basically, that's how we transitioned from being a company that buys and resells games to a company that knows about games and is a game specialist and can advise their customer which game they should take on which market, even for which typology of player, because we have data, we have a lot of data. To API game keeper, sorry, where we became API specialists for the gaming industry.
Absolutely. And two things really, got my attention here, Alex. First one is the VR, such an innovation, honestly. So it is worth to cover later on today. So maybe you can tell us more about that. And also, coming from the kitchen of this whole industry, like operators, and exceptionally, like you hardly see one license, and you mentioned about getting all those licenses. So this is just incredible. So I really appreciate it. I'm so excited to hear more about them. So for those who are just joining to the session, today you're going to also have some eye-opening advices for entrepreneurs looking to make their way into iGaming. And you already heard some from Alex, so that is just a sneak peek. Lots of tips, a lot of inspiration waiting for you today. So get ready to make some notes. To kick things off, Alex, I think our audience would love to hear about the early days. You a little bit entered over there, but I want to hear the full story. Can you take us back to the beginning of your iGaming journey? What inspired you to enter the industry, and what were some of the defining milestones that have brought you to where you are today?
So I think if you ask most of the people, I've heard this question many times, as to friends of mine, we all came here by chance. It's like this show, this TV show from 2000, Lost. They come on an island, some by boat, some they crash with a plane. We all came by chance. Nobody wanted to work in the iGaming industry. It's not like when you were a kid, you say, I'm going to do online casino. They didn't even exist. It was really, really by chance. So I was a search engine optimizer, actually. And a friend of mine asked me to rank the website of the people he was working for. And so I started like that, and they told me, okay, if you know how to do that, we're going to give you a casino. I said, what do you mean by give me a casino? Yeah, we give you, it's your casino, and we share the profit together, like 50-50. And that's how I discovered that. I was like, wow, that's so crazy. And back in time, if you remember, all the casinos were downloadable. Playtech, Microgaming, RTG, Top Game, 888 had their own software. Cryptologic was was into casino at their own software, and we didn't know all the the non-downloadable casino that appeared after, which the first software being Boss Casino and NetEnt. And NetEnt had it wasn't even Flash games; it was Java games, and then they became Flash games. And and then we start seeing casinos that are different software providers. That was something very new. At the beginning, you just had one provider that was doing all the software and everything. So that's basically how it started. And you remind me something when you said about VR. VR, we start VR in 2015. We are end of 2024. I remember talking to a Facebook executive, Sean Ryan, and he told me, look, we were in a party in Ibiza, one of these parties, and
Yeah.
he told me, look, Alex, it's not going to be 1 or 2 years like you think. It's not going to come in 2016, 17. It's going to be more 7 or 8 years. And I think they invested like 2 years ago, something like, I don't know, 10, 20 billion. I don't remember. It's just a huge amount of money. And they continue burning money there. I mean, less than before. But we're almost 10 years after we launched our first VR casino. We launched two VR casino and two VR slots.
We're celebrating it.
Let's celebrate. And we're still not there, and we're not going to be there. I see there's a company called Land Vegas that's doing the same thing today. We're still not going to be there in 1 year, neither in 2 years, neither in 3 years. First of all, technology is not there yet, and second, the big barrier we're going to have is that even when it's the technology is going to be there, the VR stores are not going to accept gambling companies, because VR stores are mainly full of kids. Okay, so before gambling companies accept it, VR needs to be mainstream. Give it another 5 years. Nothing happened before 2030, I think. So 15 years, you don't want to be the innovator, the first one. You don't want to be ahead of the curve. It's very
Yeah.
nice. Everybody's looking at you and telling you, "Wow, you're so innovative. You're so cool, guys. Your product is awesome." Because we were going to the shows and we were demoing the product. The product was live. You could see it. I mean, we had our support agents in Malta that were inside the simulation, and were attending affiliates that were on the affiliate shows in Berlin, etc. And talking to them and playing slots 3D. And when you're playing Starburst and you had a big win, that there was these coins popping out of the giant screen. It was crazy. There's videos of that. People are like hallucinating because it was really an experience. And people were asking us, "Are you making money with it?" And, no. Are you going to make money with it? I don't know. And man, 10 years after, I think we burned like 1.5 million in a couple of years. We never made anything with that, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Alex, you just triggered a question on my mind right now. So you said that being first is not always the best. I understand that it could be expensive because you need to take all the challenges at first, and
Yeah,
you're actually creating some kind of an umbrella for the next competitors, let's call it. Regulations might be, and also the know-how, tech, everything else. You gotta be like the first one who is going to take the biggest hit. And then later, if you're lucky, if it is adopted, that's amazing. But if not, or there's some other player, things may go to south a bit.
completely. And especially if it's on a new platform,
Ah, yeah,
because you're depending on the growth and the adoption of that platform. And VIA is a complete new platform. It's Web3, whatever you call it. So yeah, you definitely don't want to be the first one. That's a lesson I've learned. We could have invested that money in other features that would have a very, very good ROI. Uh, at the end of the day, it's okay. We had a lot of fun, We were recognized by the industry. It's a beautiful thing, actually, to say, to have witnessed, and to say, is that the industry, despite the fact that we were not making money and they knew it, gave us recognition for that. We won a lot of awards. A lot of people wanted to work with us just because we were doing that. Affiliates wanted to work with us. Software providers were giving us good prices. We were the cool kids on the block, you know. Everybody wanted to do something with us because we were doing something really cool that nobody else would do. Not big companies like Bets and Flutter, whatever their name was back in time, would do. And there's this small company that's investing so much money into such an innovative product, gave us a lot of respect, credibility, reputation in this industry.
Amazing. I think those ups and downs taught you a lot, and we have witnessed Alias becoming a major player in iGaming, and also Alea is a reliable partner for many brands now. So, actually, my next question will be about Alia's success story. What is the secret behind, and how did you shape the company's culture and values let's say, consider here for this growth and the innovation in iGaming?
So the first Alea, there's two Aleas. There's Alea built in 2012 with my ex-business partner, Charles. And there's the new Alea that we started, I think, in 2019, right pre-COVID, with Charlotte, which is my new co-founder. She was working as CPO in the first Alea, and now she's co-founder and CPO in the second Alea. In the first Alea, uh, I mean, because of the culture we had with my ex-business partner, we were motivated by really money. There was just one KPI: is what is the GGR, what is the EBITDA. Despite that fact, we were innovating. I think because it's in my DNA, and I was pushing the company towards innovation against profitability, to be honest. But we wanted to make money. Today, it's very counterintuitive if you think about it, because we wanted to make. That's what you see when you have two heads, two leaders that are non-aligned. It doesn't produce the results neither that one wants, neither that the other one wants. It's like two legs attached, and you try to run. You put two people together, and you attach the middle leg, and they try to run. They can't run. Okay, it's not about who's right, who's wrong. Yeah, it's just about the fact that we have two non-aligned leaders, and the company is not going anywhere. At the moment we split, what happened is that we say in Alea, now we don't look for money. We just want to stay alive. That we want to stay alive. Okay. We're not looking for big growth. We want to build the best product. But before building the best product, and before thinking of our customers, we want to think about the people that are the closest to us, which are employees. And it's two reasons for that. One could be very humanistic, uh, paternalistic kind of style of company. You know, you want your employees to be happy, etc. Another one that's very business corporate. There's an article, if you Google, that say, "Oh, coffee took over corporate America." Oh, how coffee took over corporate America. So there was these women that were working in a factory, and they asked for a 5-minute break in the morning, and free coffee paid by the company. And the boss said, "Of course not." No, no way. And finally, the ladies made their voice be heard, and they got what they wanted. And what they found out, and that they were very, very much more productive because of probably the 5-minute break, but the coffee. Okay, and then they were giving free coffee and more free coffee. Okay, so the well-being of your employee. Yeah, 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 let's think very, very pragmatically. They are your number one asset. And I'm talking like now being very pragmatic and not non-humanistic, being very corporate. They are your asset. They are your number one asset. All right. If you don't, you almost could think like them as a livestock, which is an horrible idea. Okay. But not even go down there, that idea. You see them as livestock. You want them to be healthy, you want them to be happy, you want them to be in a good shape in order to perform. Okay. So we didn't see it that way at all. We saw us as a bunch of people, some of them friends for a couple of years, some of them joined that group. We're not a family. A family is another thing. Family, we link by blood. Okay. And that brother that takes drugs, you still need to support him, whatever he's doing. This is not a family, it's a tribe, which is ruled by meritocracy. Okay. Uh, 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 and hierarchy. So there is hierarchy. Okay. There's the heads, we call it CEO, C level, heads, managers, executives. Okay, so it's a pyramid. It's a hierarchical pyramid. Okay, and it's ruled by meritocracy. In a family, there's no meritocracy. Brothers takes over cousin. So if the brother is dumb and the cousin is smart, the brother wins. Okay, because of the blood. In a tribe, it's run by meritocracy. So we consider ourselves as a tribe. And as a tribe, we want to play together and we want to have fun. And by putting this as the number one rule, guess what happened? We made a lot of money. So let me take another example. Uh, when people are looking for happiness, so when you're young, you look for pleasure. And you understand it's not about pleasure, it's about happiness. You don't want pleasure. Pleasure is like, oh, I got a lot of pleasure, I don't have pleasure, pleasure, not pleasure. It's gonna be alcohol, drugs, sex, whatever. After you say, no, 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 I want happiness. Happiness is the real thing. And then you understand it's not happiness neither. It's the meaning of life, the truth, call it as you want. Because the worst thing that you can do, and Jordan Peterson explains it much more eloquently than I will do myself now, he says when you're looking for happiness, if you are unhappy, first, you're unhappy. Just because you're unhappy, you're unhappy. But also, you're unhappy because your goal was to be happy. And as you're unhappy and you're not reaching your goal of happiness, you double unhappy. So you're unhappy because you're unhappy, and you're not happy because you're unhappy. Okay. So it's a terrible thing to look for happiness. And I think it's a terrible thing to aim for money when you're a company. You can aim for products. I want to build the best products. You have a mission. I want to change the world. Let's say Elon Musk wants to bring electric cars to the world or wants to go to Mars. I think it's a terrible, terrible mission. I think you should first clean this earth before trying to leave the earth and go to Mars. I think this guy is delusional, despite what everyone can say about him. But like a villain in a James Bond movie, he has a goal. Okay, it's very arguable, but he has this goal. Let's go on Mars. Let's build electric cars that pollutes as much as a gas driven engine. Okay, so let's say you have this mission, this vision, whatever. That's one thing. It's very hard in our industry. because we're not here to serve society by delivering gambling. How can you motivate your people, your tribe, and even yourself at a spiritual, existential level, saying, we are here to deliver the best gambling experience? It doesn't work. You need something else. And I've struggled during 2 decades to try to understand that. Or you're very cynical and you don't care and just think about money. Or you say, okay, look what, we found this play field, this playground. It's called gambling. It's the best we found. Okay, you know why? Because it was like easy money. Let's be honest. It was easy. It was an easy game to play. It was an easy game to play. So we're a bunch of people. We want to play together. We find playground, which was an easy game to play, and let's play and have fun on this playground. Okay, and let's make that the people that are playing with us are gonna have fun and gonna be happy in their life because they're gonna make money, they're gonna do fun things, and they're gonna make money. Okay, so once you've established these rules, you're definitely gonna make money because these people are gonna be happy. And if you take care of them, something very interesting happens is that your customers see that you take care of the employee. They understand that you're a good company with good values. They understand that you're going to take care of them too. If you take care of your employees, you're definitely going to take care of your customers. And your employees are going to take care of their customers because they've been taken care by the company. Of course, you need, it's a very controversial subject, but it's a reality. You need to get rid of the bad people. You need to protect that little environment that you have created, this little playground of yours, this little sandbox, and you need to protect it from what I call psychopaths. When you identify them, you need to get rid of them because they can do a lot of damage to your people. They can do a lot of damage to your customers. But I don't care about the customers at this point, because before they do damage to the customers, they're going to damage my people, and my people are more important than my customers. That's very important. The people in Alea are more important than the customers. Customers come second. The customer is not the king. The customer doesn't always know what he wants. Okay, so the customer is we're very grateful because they give us their money, and we give them the service that they deserve, the best service they can. But the most important people are the team.
And the value, of course, that you bring. Alex, a lot of things to actually comment on my end here. I want to just keep it very short. I'm going to take a look at the article. I love coffee. This is actually one of the main things driving me to work. So that's one thing I'm going to check out. What you said about having fun and making money in the organization, this is something that a lot of companies, a lot of leaders are seeking nowadays. It's not easy. And I never thought about it before. Actually, it really hit me right now. I'm going to think about it. You said about the spiritual and existential level of keeping this going on, especially considering this is gambling.
Yeah,
It's not like helping with the deforestation in Amazon, or you're finding a cure to a disease or something. So it is really hard to push over there.
yeah,
And you mentioned about this sweet spot to find to keep things going on. Both employees are happy. Even you say customers might be the second, but they also need to be happy. But the value is coming from the product plus the employees. And also, you mentioned about happiness over there. Like, I personally think that happiness is something that I feel myself during the process. At the beginning, I'm not really so happy because starting is really the biggest, let's say, part of the whole project. And then when you finish it, yes, you celebrate, it's good, but those little achievements make you feel fantastic. So I love that, and it is very important for a leader to drive the entire team for that. So that is what I see that you guys are doing over there. And your recruitment advice, 100%, I second it. Be slow when you're hiring people, and you gotta be fast to get rid of those you call psychopaths. So it must be, a kind of a golden rule, in my opinion, in the management.
Yeah,
Um, that drives me to other projects because we talk about Alea already. I know that you're also, an investor. We talk about Alea, but I know that there are some projects that are really exciting. For example, Vegas Legends
yeah,
kicked off recently. Can you tell us more about Vegas Legends and any other projects that you feel very excited about?
sure. So I've invested in a lot of gaming companies. I don't remember all of them, to be honest. I remember now two projects. Was Blue Ribbon by Exploited Guys. They develop a jackpot tool, an agnostic jackpot tool that was sold to DraftKings, I think, for 25 million. And Beyond Play, uh, that uh, was bet behind software. So basically, you have a streamer that's betting, and you bet behind the streamer. But the first product they developed was also a jackpot tool, very similar actually to Blue Ribbon. It's an interesting thing that I was investing in these both companies, and that was sold to FanDuel, the competitor of DraftKings, something like 5 years after that. There's a sign there. I think that we as Alea should develop our jackpot tool one day. There's something about that, and uh, other companies like TrueLab. It's a small software provider that they invested in like 1.5 year ago with people like I think even Montix there from SoftSwiss and other good people. Um, and but I'm just a minority shareholder there. Now, what we decide to create with my good old friend and now business partner, Bilyan Balinov, who is the co-founder and CEO of Felix Gaming, software provider. Uh, he has other ventures also. Um, we decided to create basically an affiliate program that will test all the casino platforms to see which one converts the best, which is the best casino platform. You know, I'm sure you're very familiar with that yourself. As an affiliate, you send traffic here and there, and you see that some platforms are converting very well, but then retention is bad. Some of them are not converting that well, but then retention is good. On some markets, some are good. On some markets, others are not good. So there's many parameters, and you can't just say that platform A is good, platform B is bad. It just you need to analyze a full scope of their strengths and weakness, okay, and take the best out of them, which gives you a better understanding of what works, what doesn't work, what are the trends per geo, per type of typology of player, VIP players, casual players, etc., which is the best CRM tool? Is it Optimove? Is it Smartico? Is it Fast Track, for example, just to name three of them for retention? Which is the best affiliate tool? Because a platform is actually like an aggregator. Instead of aggregating games, it aggregates modules. You can develop everything yourself also. That's what we did in Slots Million. Even the chat, we developed it ourselves, which was stupid if you think about it. We developed the payment gateway. We developed also the game gateway. And now we're focusing on the game gateway because we believe that's the heart of a gaming operation. It is the game gateway. I thought it was a CRM, I think the CRM can be done by other companies and very well. By the three companies I've just cited before, they all the three of them are very good. The game gateway should it's a very specific thing to our industry to understand the bet, the wins, the retry, the rollbacks, the reconciliation, all this API sorry mechanics is very complex. So what we're doing in Vegas Legends, we first of all we're trying to build powerful brands, okay, like Tiki Casino, like Roman Casino, like Talismania. We are buying some really good domains. We're working with companies. Uh, uh, I won't name all of them, but we're working with companies that are putting a lot of efforts to create the brands with us, okay, because it's on their side. So and we're quite happy with these collaborations, to be honest. But we see things, and we see, for example, again, without naming anyone, that they're white labels, and we have a secret sauce. We put our secret sauce in all of these white labels. We have specific bonus engines there, uh, specific mechanics there, etc., etc. And what we see is some of them are tremendously good at conversion, uh, but are really weak on retention, and some others are not that good on conversion and extremely good on retention. And all that's I find it fascinating because at some point, and we had this conversation many times with my business partner Billion, we want to build a platform. I don't see Alea reselling a platform. We just opened Alea. So Alea Play is the game gateway. We open Alea Pay, which is a payment solution. We're going to resell banking solution. We're going to resell acquiring solutions. But I don't see myself reselling a platform. I don't want to resell a platform. But what I want to do, I want to run a casino. And why do I want to run again a casino, like a run casino back in time? Because you touch the players, because you feel what they like. You can see, you tweak it here, conversion, you tweak it here. You can see everything that's what's happening on the playground. And you need it as a B2B. You need the data. You can't, I don't believe in B2Bs being B2Bs without being or having been operators before, because you can't understand the problematic of your customer. And I need to play with, first of all, it's fun. I mean, running a casino is one of the most exciting thing you can do. B2B compared to that is boring, to be honest. Running a casino is like driving a Ferrari. Running a B2B is like being in a bus. Everything's slow. It's like a boat. You do things, and I saw it in Alea. We're doing a couple of millions of GGR, and now we 100,000 of million GGR. It took time. It's a boat. You do that, and then you wait 1-2 years, and it shifts. On a casino, you see week by week, day by day. You put this little change in the bonus. The day after, it goes up. Or you have all the bonus abusers that come and they fuck you up for 1 million. You lost 1 million in 1 week. It happened to me back in time. So running a B2C operation is so exciting. It's so refreshing. You see exactly what's happening. So that's what we want to do, and we want to do it with the best platform providers out there. So I can name them now. I think SoftBet is one of them. It's a really very good platform. Very talented people got there in a so short amount of time, 8 years.
Yeah.
They build an empire, and they build an extremely good product. I'm seeing now newcomers that are not really newcomers, but in the B2B field. Chili Partners guy that built this Extendai platform. Very interesting too. Okay, and now I won't name all of them. There's many of them that are good behind. Of course, Soft Swiss and etc. We don't have any operation with Soft Swiss yet, but we may try them. I want to try them all. I want to see what works, what doesn't work, and at some point, I want to build our own platform. And again, I don't think I want to resell it. I just want to see what works here and there, and build our own casinos, because at the end of the day, that's what exciting. It's building casinos, running operations, uh, creating new products. It's not just right. It's having a product that nobody else has, like syndicate bet behind, like slots tournaments, like different mechanics that nobody has, and have your casino that's completely differentiated from the other ones. It has this specific USP that makes it so special. You know, I have
Absolutely.
I have a lot of respect for people that are doing these kind of things. I mean, steak. What can I say?
It is very common that brands they miss all those things, and sometimes they say they really focus on acquisition, but they forget about retention, as you mentioned. But most of the casinos that I had the chance to work with, they're actually running it through retention, and they say if we didn't do that well, retention, we wouldn't exist. So it definitely backs up what you said on that.
Not completely. I mean, we have the operations where basically we send 2,000 FTDs per month, and we're making the same amount of GGR month after month. So there's obviously something wrong with the retention. Okay, and there are operations where we send 2,000 FTD the first month, we stop sending, and the GGI is growing. Okay, so what do we know about the second type of operation? Two things. First of all, okay, the bonus. Let's say we have the basics. The website is running, has the right games, has the right payment methods, etc., etc. Okay, the CRM tool is very important. I like Smart Eco. Uh, these guys are in Sofia, in Bulgaria. I wanted to invest in them a couple of years ago, but the co-founders are hard to deal with. I mean, I love them. I love everything they do. I'm talking about them now in very good words, but the very hard to negotiate with the co-founders about being an investor, which doesn't make their product less interesting. Completely not. It's like the artist. Van Gogh was crazy as fuck, and he made beautiful paintings. So I really like Smartico as a CRM tool, and so you need to have a good CRM tool, and you need to have a good CRM team. That's for retention, and you need one thing that 888 people from 888 taught me, and it was fuck, I forgot his name now. He was working for Bet Constructs. He's not anymore. Vahe, Vahe, Vahe. Vahe told me one thing, a customer support. And when we talk about customer support, we talk about people calling people, like customer support on the phone. Like they call the players and they stay on the call with the player while the player is playing. It's not just, hey, how you doing? I got a bonus. Hey, how you doing? I see you're playing this slot. Are you enjoy? Oh, you got a win. Oh, that's nice. Oh, so you're playing €1 per spin on Gonzo. How's your day going? What have you done today? Blah blah. And they stay on the phone with them while they're playing. They just accompany them. That's a real good customer support. Not just, hey, some more money, put some more money. They become their friends, you know. And on some of my operations back in time, we had this kind of customer support, which was cold, 100% call based, outbound calls, outbound calls. Uh, Best player value ever. I mean, just in top of my head, 2,500 players, 1.7 million GGR. 2,500 players, 1.7 million GGR, 3 million deposits. Just some numbers to give you for any professional that knows their shit listening to this podcast. They should know what does that mean. 2,500 players, 3.2, 3.3 million deposit, 1.7 million GGR. It's crazy.
Absolutely, absolutely. I was just about to ask you, Alex, about scaling up this approach, honestly, because you mentioned about 2,500. Is it limited to loyalty programs or VIP, or how do you segment it? Like, who do you call?
So we just decided. I'm not going to go into details, but we
Sure,
decided. We just, you know how our business is. We
that's
decided
amazing.
we decided to close the acquisition on this specific brand on this specific market.
Yeah, yeah, but genius idea. I think it is the power of personalization here and good timing, and also assisting, guiding the players along the way and creating something more personal and having a community over there rather than just constantly doing this sales approach, try to market something and get their deposit. So I think that is the thing added value over there. Alex, I want to continue a bit of yourself because for me it is super interesting that you like it's been what already like 40 minutes or so. I've learned a lot of things and I see you're constantly staying ahead of the curve and you're kind of championing the iGaming industry right now. Where do you find the inspiration?
To be honest, I'm more chilled out now than I was before. I have a very good team, really. I think that's the most important today. Is the team is doing most of the work. That would be my answer. And I consider myself as a product guy. So I'm passionate about products more than business. It's product. It's and even in gambling, what can we bring to the players uh, that are gonna make them feel more inspired. Like imagine, okay, compare our industry to the video game industry. I'm a gamer. I play a lot of video games, a lot of them. I need to play the remake of Silent Hill 2. It's one of my favorite video games ever. Silent Hill 2. The remake came out a couple of weeks ago on PlayStation 5. I'm definitely going to play this game. What kind of experience we can offer that is at a level of a Silent Hill 2, let's say, uh, um, or the games like Bioshock or I don't have them now on the top of my head, but like some gems, that you play and you're like, wow. And we can do the same in the gaming industry.
Let's talk about this year, particularly 2024, Alex. There has been some, highs or some challenges in the market, and we are almost wrapping up the year. It is November, and when we look back, what do you see as the biggest highlights and challenges in the industry that we faced this year?
You could ask me the same question every year. I would answer the same thing. It's regulation.
Regulations.
uh, one of the reasons why I went from B2B to B2C from B2C to B2B, and today we're running white labels and not B2Cs on our own licenses because of regulation. At some point, I think 70% of our development and product resources as a B2C were going towards regulation. We couldn't innovate anymore. It was 2017, after we built the virtual reality casino. We had to stop any innovation because we just couldn't. We had to develop all the features, AML feature, anti-money laundering, responsible gaming feature, etc., 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 that UKGC was asking us. So regulation, because of the amount of resources you need to bring inside the company, the number of people, the amount of people, because of the development you need to do in product and tech, because of the licenses you need to get that you may not be ever able to get because you need to compete against other people. Basically, it's a killer. It's a killer. It's an inspiration killer because it's always gonna reward the David Goliath against David. Okay, always. Regulation is always gonna beneficiate to the big ones, not to the small ones. And who is innovating? The small ones. Okay, so and we've seen so many times. I mean, UKGC is an example of that. The German regulator too. Non-understanding of what gambling is, what the market is, and pulling out rules that are completely ridiculous, that don't even protect players. Sometimes they just throw players towards the illegal offer. There's so many political games. So regulation will always be our number one challenge, I think. I mean, hackers, of course, but hackers, we can protect ourselves from hackers. Okay, it's they try to hack, and we build product in order to not being hacked. But regulator, seriously.
Alex, thank you for sharing your insights and experience with us today. I appreciate your time. I know how busy you are, and it was really hard to find a slot in your schedule. That is precious for us. Thank you. And you can just go ahead and maybe write Alex on LinkedIn if you would like to get to know more of those things that he mentioned. And a big thanks to everyone who are watching us today. If you'd like to get more information about what we discussed, as I said, LinkedIn is the best place. So let's get in touch. If you are operating in our gaming industry and you want to attract targeted audiences to your website, convert and retain them as loyal players, get in touch with us at Revpanda. Alex, thank you once again for your time. I very much appreciate for all the insights.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I'll see everyone at the next session of Revpanda Live. Have a great day.
See you next week, guys. Bye-bye.
Cheers.